Hi, welcome to Bridges to Community. I'm Erica Labb, Executive Director of Bridges by EPOCH in Westford, the premier memory care assisted living here in Westford.
And I'm Sarah Turcotte, Community Relations Director at Bridges. Welcome to today's show. Today's guests are Allison Christopher, the social worker for the Council on Aging here in Westford, and Jim DiGiorgio, owner of Senior Helpers. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
welcome.
you.
So today we're going to talk about Dementia-Friendly Westford and hear what that's all about. It's a brand new initiative here in Westford, and so we're looking forward to hearing all about it. So thanks for coming today.
Great. Glad to be here.
So first, tell us what Dementia-Friendly Westford is for all those at home who don't know what it is yet.
Sure. So about a year ago, Julie Wysocki and I came on Joyce Polino-Crane's show here to talk about the very beginning of the Dementia-Friendly Westford initiative. And at that time, we didn't really know exactly how things were going to evolve, so it seemed like now would be a good time to talk about it again and kind of give people an update on what it is for those who may not have seen that show, and then give folks an update if they saw that show and are wondering what has been happening since then. Sure. So Dementia-Friendly Westford is an initiative that we have taken on with the support of the town manager and the Board of Selectmen. And it's part of a larger movement called Dementia-Friendly America, and a slightly smaller movement called Dementia-Friendly Massachusetts. And towns and municipalities are being encouraged to institute this grassroots movement, which has a goal of making communities safe, inclusive, respectful for people who have a diagnosis of dementia or another type of dementia, of Alzheimer's or another type of dementia, and their families and care partners. So they set out a framework for towns to utilize to meet the goal of supporting these important populations, and that's what we've taken on here in Westford over the last year.
It really is so exciting, and I'm not sure if you guys might be able to share with us what Dementia-Friendly Westford has done so far.
Absolutely.
Sure. So, well, we really formally started the effort in Westford in August. Along with our Council on Aging Director, Jen Claro, and Julie Wysocki, and some of the members of the community, we met with the Board of Selectmen to just update them on Dementia-Friendly Westford and the activities that we had planned, and really get their seal of approval and their support for the program. And then we held kind of the grand kickoff meeting in September, and we involved some local organizations, some of the retailers, the broader community.
Was the turnout pretty good, Jim?
I'm sorry?
Was the turnout pretty good?
The turnout was very good, yes, Erica. So I want to say we had close to 30 parties at that first kickoff meeting. It was hosted by one of our local businesses.
Great.
That really got us off to a fast start in September. And then really over the last 10 months, we've done a series of educational workshops. So we've had folks from the Alzheimer's Association come in and give presentations. We've done virtual dementia tours, lots of education, pretty much every couple of months, opened up to the community as well as to professionals. In addition, we've got a committee that's been meeting on a monthly basis, and we've got professionals, we've got family caregivers, we've got some businesses in town that have been participating in the monthly meetings that we've been having. So we're off to a very strong start.
Yeah, and I just want to say, you did the dementia experience for our staff and our families over at Bridges, and we got just such an amazing response, a powerful response from families, so much so that we wanted to do it for everyone in our community. It really, if I would like to say, if anybody has the opportunity to do that with Senior Helpers or with Dementia-Friendly Westford, it's a great opportunity to see what it's like to actually have the disease.
Exactly.
It really helps you have compassion and understanding, and we had a great turnout for that, so thank you for that.
I'm certain we'll be doing at least one more virtual dementia tour as part of the Dementia-Friendly Westford initiative over the next several months.
Oh, that's great. So
fabulous.
it really is, and hopefully people in the community will come out for it. And we'll just certainly let everyone know about it as soon as we hear about it, and let you know on the show when you can do that and how to go about that. So that's great. So what are like the next steps that you guys are working on as an organization over the next year? or so?
So we've been talking a lot about how to be inclusive of as many parts of the community as we can. And one of the things that we've been discussing and are going to be working on in the coming months is establishing a website for the Dementia-Friendly Westford. Yeah, so it's really exciting because we actually are going to be assisted by the computer class and teacher at Neshoba Tech.
Wow, that's
they
great.
are going to be building a website for us and maintaining it and keeping it updated. Our main goal in doing this is to have one central location where we can have all of the information about what's going on in Westford that's dementia friendly, any educational forums that are happening, meetings of Dementia Friendly Westford that are taking place, and then also connections to other types of supports and resources, educational materials. We really want to build it into something that the community can use whenever it's convenient for them to use it, and then take part in the activities or programming that they see on that site at times that, you know, can fit within their schedule. So we want to keep it really current and informative, and it seems like the Neshoba Tech students and teacher are extremely excited about helping us to do that.
Yeah, and they're
which is
such
huge.
a talented bunch over there, so it's
Yeah.
great to be able to utilize that, you know, have a partnership.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, until that website is up and running, can you give us some contact information that we can put up for our viewers that in the meantime, so they can become involved?
Sure. So I am the co-chair of Dementia Friendly Westford, and I have been doing the emailing of folks for the various meetings that are occurring. So if people want to email me at achristopher@westfordma.gov or call me at 978-399-2325, I'd be happy to put anyone, it's open to anyone in the community, especially caregivers or people diagnosed with dementia. We really want as many people who are affected by the disease to be participants in the process as we can. So anyone who wants to be added to the emailing list, feel free to request that. I'll get them on the list. And then once we have our website address, we'll be able to notify people of that and, you know, put information in the senior center newsletter and as many public forums as possible so that people can gain access to it through there.
Yeah, it's so important, I agree with you, to have folks in the community who are caregivers or living with an early onset diagnosis so that we can learn how to best support them. And most importantly, how can people get involved, as well as, you know, different businesses. You know, people think of dementia and Alzheimer's and think that this is all about healthcare, but truly local businesses can really become a part of this to help folks living at home to be more successful in their community. Can you shed a little light on that?
Sure. So one of the major components of Dementia-Friendly Massachusetts, Dementia-Friendly America, is to help to educate people in various, they call it sectors of town, but basically subgroups of the town, such as religious institutions, retail shops, hairdressers, post offices, restaurants.
Places we all go.
Exactly. The supermarkets, really anywhere you can think of that someone with dementia or a care partner would come in contact with in their daily life. So we have started with involving various town offices who have been on board with the process, but we want to involve as many private businesses and other places in Westford as possible. So we are working with the Alzheimer's Association to bring a trainer out in the fall. And that person is going to teach people about becoming dementia friends. And it's kind of an exciting process. Do you want to say more about the Dementia Friends training?
No, I think you've done a great job touching on it, Allison. So the Alzheimer's Association has a formal Train the Trainer program to help educate dementia friends. So the whole objective would be to engage with town officials, with local businesses, with everything from pharmacies to retailers to restaurants, so that they can educate their staff that are interfacing with the public. So for example, if a bank teller sees an individual coming in every day or two and making a withdrawal, we want that bank teller to be able to recognize that maybe there's some sort of impairment here that I need to question or maybe have someone else at least be made aware of. Sure. So it's really just educating our overall community so they're aware of the disease and the impact of the disease, and they know how to deal with somebody that maybe is struggling at a checkout in a supermarket or a grocery store, for example.
Yeah. And the flip side of that is it benefits the business, right? So if you have, you know, places of business that you're going to have stickers, right, that say dementia friendly, and so families that want to dine out with grandma or, you know, or a partner that has dementia, they know they can make a reservation in that restaurant, or they can call ahead, and that they're going to have staff that are trained, and so it benefits the business financially too to become a part of this. It's ethically great and wonderful for our community, but it's also a business boost, I think, for movie theaters and, you know, all these places to really welcome that group of people.
Or where people have stopped going to because of this diagnosis and
Right.
difficulties.
Right.
I almost like to think about Dementia-Friendly Westford similar to, if you think back 30 or 40 years ago, and I'm old enough to think back that far, when they were cutting curbs for handicap access and building ramps into public places, schools, and town halls. And that's almost what we're doing, but again, it's not kind of the physical change that we saw 20 or 30 years ago when curbs were being cut and ramps were being built, but it's that whole awareness of this segment of the population and making sure that people...
Right, and how inclusivity really benefits us all.
Yes.
To have people with dementia locked up in their homes, I mean, that's terrible for them, but it's also terrible for us because we're missing out on them in our community, and they have so much left to give, and so we want to welcome them and for them to feel comfortable. It's great for the family, it's great for us, so I think for this community, it's a great thing that you guys are spearheading, so thank you.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful. Is there anything that you'd like to tell us that we kind of missed that is important for our viewers to know?
I think the only thing I would say specifically about Dementia Friends is I don't want people to feel kind of scared off by the educational component, because it's an extremely simple and straightforward type of training that really anyone can learn. When we were talking about it amongst our group, one of the caregivers of someone who had dementia was saying, oh, how are these people going to learn how to take care of someone with dementia in an hour training? That's not what it is at all. It's much more so, how does one interact with someone who may have this diagnosis, just on a very informal basis, on a superficial basis in the community, so that there's a comfort level with having a basic interaction. We're not trying to teach people how to be expert caregivers in this period of time, and I think that makes it, you know, really accessible and easy for people to take part in.
Right.
Also helps break a stigma.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the more we talk about it publicly and the more we get, you know, the police department, the firefighters, everybody kind of in on it, that barrier comes down more and more, which is so important, which goes to your point about accessibility for people with physical disabilities. That's changed. Really, that whole movement has changed, and we can really do the same for dementia with this type of community involvement. So, thank you both so much.
Yeah, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Being
Thanks
here.
for having us.
Enjoyed having you.
Thank you, and thanks for watching.
Wow.